Let's review the 30, 60, 90 triangle now. So 30, 60, 90. So for the 30, 60, 90 triangle, here's our 30, here's our 60. So the first thing we talked about with this triangle is reflecting this triangle across. So now we get this equilateral triangle where all these sides are the same length. So if we can see all those sides are the same, then we know that this side is going to be half of this big side. So our first rule is the special number between these is 2. And then once again, if I'm getting bigger, so if I go this way, get bigger, I'm going to times by 2. If I get smaller, I'm going to divide by 2. So let's actually, I'm going to do this in a different color. Let's do it in orange. Okay. The next rule was between these two sides, and my magic number for that was √3. And then same thing, if I'm going to a bigger side, I times by √3 to make it bigger. If I'm getting to a smaller side, I divide by √3 to get it smaller. So those were our 30, 60, 90 rules. Now let's apply it to this unit circle. So I'm going to start with this 30-degree one right here. Now, my notes are getting a little squishy, so let's actually start with the one that's reflected. So let's reflect this one across and see where it lands. Oops, that was super crooked. Good job, Mrs. Johnson. There we go. Okay. So that 30 degrees reflected lands on 150. So I just take this one and reflect it across, lands on 150. So that means the point for 150, excuse me, is going to be the same point for 30. Because they're reflections, they're going to be the same point. So I'm going to do all my work here for 150 for the 30-degree one, because I know that they're going to be the same. So I'm going to make my right angle. This is going to be my 30 degrees because of the reflection. They're going to be the same. Here is my radius. And remember, the radius on the unit circle is always 1. Always, always. So this radius equals 1. My side to side is going to be my x value. And my up and down is going to be my y value. Now, because this is a 30, 60, 90, we can think of that reflection in that rule. So our first rule was if between the biggest side and the smallest side, it was a 2. And I'm going from this really big side that I know, right there, I know that side, to this small side. So since I'm going from bigger to smaller, I'm going to divide by 2. So if this side is 1, then this y side is going to be 1/2. Now the next rule was between these two sides, and that one is a √3. And we're going from a smaller side to a bigger side, so I'm going to multiply by √3 to make it bigger. So I'm going to have 1/2 times by √3, which if I multiply across is going to be √3 over 2. So that is going to be my x value. So now if I come up here to my point, x comma y, so my x value is √3 over 2. My y value is 1 over 2. And now I can do my reflection, so reflected across, so that means this one is going to be the same thing except I need to apply my signs. So this one, they're both positive. Because of this, they're both positive. This one, the first one, should be negative. Right there. Okay, now let's reflect it down. If I reflect it down, it lines up with 210. So 210 is going to be the same point. Except for this one, they're going to both be negative because of that. And then finally, let's reflect it across one more time. And it looks like it's going to line up with 330. So 330 is going to be the same point, root 3 over 2, 1/2, except the second one is going to be negative because of that. So there we go. That is our first 30, 60, 90. In the next video, we'll do, let's see, all of these points, which is also going to be a 30, 60, 90, but in a slightly different way. And we'll show that in the next video.